So next we are going to see is about strain. So what is meant by a strain is it measures how much an object is stretched or deformed when the force is applied. Okay. So when you are applying with the external force, okay, how much the body is stretched or it is deformed, okay, from this position, okay. If suppose this is how the change is, okay, so எவ்வளோ stretch ஆயிருக்கு or how much the deformation is, how much it has been changed, okay. So when you see that, that is said to be the strain, okay. So strain deals with the fractional change in the size of the object. In other words, strain measures the degree of deformation, okay. So how much is the degree of the changes, okay. So when you see that, that is said to be what? Strain, okay. As an example, in one dimension, consider an object of length L, okay, and which stretches to the new length of del L, okay. So consider this has the length L. So இதுக்கு வந்து length L no, இதோட change in the length அது வந்து நம்ம என்ன எடுத்துக்கிறோம் del L அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா, then the strain can be written as change in size divided by the original size. So change in size is del L divided by the original size is L, okay. And so this value of E, that is a dimensionless quantity, okay. So this strain is a dimensionless quantity because both are of same thing, okay. So it has dimensionless and it also have no unit, okay. So it doesn't have any unit, and this strain is being classified into three types, okay. They are longitudinal, volume, as well as a shearing strain. So we'll see with that one by one. First, longitudinal strain, okay. So when a rod of length L is pulled by equal and opposite forces, so here we are considering a rod, sorry, this is the rod we are considering, and this rod is being given with a force such that the change in the length, we are denoting it as del L, okay, and the original length we are writing as L, and so the increase in the length divided by the original length, so increase in the length is del L divided by the original length is L, okay. So this is longitudinal strain. Again, this longitudinal strain is classified into two types. Already we have seen in the longitudinal stress itself, it has been classified into two types. They are tensile and compressive, is it not? Same way here also we are going to see with the two things, they are tensile and the compressive strain. So first one is, if the length is increased from its natural length, that is called as a tensile strain, okay. So if this is a length and after the strain, if the length is being increased, okay, that is called as a tensile strain, okay. And the next one is if the length is decreased, okay. And so if this is original length, after giving the force, if this is being the length, then that is called as a compressive strain, okay. If the length is increased, that is called as a tensile strain. If the length is decreased, that is called as a compressive strain. So clear with the types of longitudinal strain, that is a tensile and compressive, okay. Next is we are going to see with what is a shearing strain, okay. So what is meant by this word shearing is that denotes the angle, okay. So if there is any change in the angle of the object, that comes under this shearing strain, okay. So first we are going to consider an object which is not at any angle, okay. So it has been placed like this, so that is the original position of the object. Then what you are going to do is you are going to apply the force. So if you apply the force, what happens? It gets tilted, so it gets tilted like this. So this straight, it gets tilted, yes. And if it is getting tilted, it makes some angle, that is given by what? The angle theta, okay. Here let us consider this distance, how much it is changing from here to here, that is considered to be x, okay. And this height is measured as h, okay, and this is x and this is h, and this angle is what? Theta. Consider a cuboid which we have seen. Let us assume that the body remains at translational and rotational equilibrium, and if you apply the force and the cuboid deforms its force, okay, and the shearing stress or the shear which is given by a dash divided by BA, that A dash distance is x divided by BA is h, okay, and that x divided by this h, okay, and this is a triangle, okay. So this is the angle theta, and here we have it B, and this is A, and this is A dash. Okay, and here we have A dash. So considering this to be a right angle triangle, so what is the formula for tan theta? Okay, so what is the formula for tan theta? Which is opposite divided by adjacent. Okay, so opposite side is what? A dash. Okay, because opposite to this angle, divided by adjacent side is what? AB. Yes, so this side A dash is represented by what? X. This is what? H, and so we are writing this as x divided by h. Okay, this is tan theta, but this tan theta is very small, so instead of tan theta we are writing the value to be theta. Okay, so x by h, which is equal to theta, and that theta gives the angle of shear. Okay, so clear? So shear is nothing but it represents the angle. Clear with this? So next is we are going to see is about the volume strain. If the body is subjected to the volume stress, then the volume will change. Suppose the original volume is V, change in the volume is V plus del V. Okay, so what is the change? Increase. So this is an increase in the volume. So change we can write it as del V. Okay, and so the strain can be written as the volume strain, which is equal to del V divided by V. Okay, volume strain which is equal to del V divided by V. Okay, clear? So next topic is elastic limit. So what is meant by elastic limit is beyond certain limit, okay, this elastic property will not be there. So what is that is, first itself we have seen what is meant by elastic. So elastic na enna pathom. Suppose when a deforming force is applied, or a deforming force apply panna enna agudhu, the elastic body elongate aguma. Elongate ஆயிட்டு, then again when you are leaving the deforming force, what happen? It come back to its original position இல்லையா? So example is rubber band. Yes, suppose you consider that you are just expanding often and you are leaving, okay, expanding and again leaving. So இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கும்போது என்ன ஆகும்னா, it just removes with its elastic property. So அதோட elastic property என்ன ஆயிடும்? It just goes off. Okay, and that limit beyond which the elastic property is lost, that is called as a elastic limit. Okay, so maximum stress within which the body regain its original size and the shape after the removal of the deforming force. Okay, that is called as the elastic limit. Okay, so limit at which when you remove the deforming force, it come back to its position, that is called as the elastic limit. If the deforming force exceeds the elastic limit, so in the elastic limit விட அதிகமாயிடுச்சு அந்த deforming force அப்படினா என்ன ஆகும்? The body acquires permanent deformation. So permanent deformation என்ன ஆகும்? அந்த rubber band வந்து கம்ப்ளீட்டா அந்த elastic இல்லாம, ஒரு சில rubber bands நம்ம பார்த்திருக்கோம் இல்லையா, it will not have that elastic property. Okay, so that is said to be the permanent deformation. Okay, for example, the rubber band loses its elasticity if pulled apart too much. Okay, so ரொம்ப நம்ம இழுத்தோம் அப்படினா என்ன ஆகும்? It lost its elastic property. Okay, it changes its size and becomes misfit to be used again. Okay, so we'll not be able to use it again, and this is called as a elastic limit. Yes, clear with what is stress and elastic limit? Okay, so these are all the basic things: stress, strain and the elastic limit. Clear? Thank you.